up, gentlemen?
Dana, did that main event go the way you thought it was going to go?
No, not really. I always got to give my 2 cents on strategy. I don't know why he'd go in and try to wrestle Carlos Condit. Carlos is down in his wrestling after his last fight. I thought he did great against Hendricks. Thought he looked great against Hendricks. Hendricks is a nasty wrestler, has huge power, and was literally sitting there with Matt Hughes and CM Punk, and I'm like, what the hell? It's one thing, he did great wrestling in the first round, and then he come out and you could tell in the second round, I said, when are you going to let his hands go? He's one of the best strikers in the business. And now he's already got Carlos worried about the takedowns. Why not throw some punches? Couldn't throw any punches, I guess, because he burned himself out in the first round. I don't know.
Dana,
I don't make strategies for fights.
UFC's launching the 24-hour network in Mexico tomorrow, I guess, September 1st. Sorry. Is it now open the possibility to have the Mexico event in the next 6 months?
Yep.
Can we talk January, March?
No, it wouldn't be in 6 months. It would be 7 or 8.
Sorry?
7 or 8 months.
7 or 8.
Yeah.
Right. And what does this hype that is coming down right now with Goyo, with Eric Perez, can help or not help for that event?
Yeah, I don't ever think about it. It's like, everybody was talking about in Boston with Conor McGregor win. We were doing all the stuff around Conor McGregor. It's what we do. We promote guys. He's from Ireland, he's from Mexico, he's from there, and we promote him. And it's up to them to keep winning. I don't look at it like, oh no, now the whole Eric Perez thing is gone. It just is what it is. Eric Perez will fight again, and Kelvin's Mexican too, so.
Dana, do you think the layoff effect on he hasn't fought all this year and he ballooned up to 180? Do you think that the layoff with Eric Perez affected him at all?
Nah, I have no idea. Once a guy starts to get the kind of hype he was getting, a lot of things affect him. You know what I mean? I'm sure there was a lot of things. I was hearing rumblings that he didn't want to do any media, and he was this and that and all this other stuff. So, all that bullshit plays a factor in what happens.
Dana, how much easier is it for you guys to promote guys like Conor who come out and they talk and they're kind of characters?
Well, the thing, Conor's a character, but first and foremost, dude's a fighter. All he wants to do is fight. He wants to fight everybody, and he wants to, So yeah, it's real easy to promote guys who want to fight and kick ass.
Sure.
You've
got guys that feel like they do that anyways. You guys go with Zombie for the title fight, and then somebody like him wanders and says, well, what am I doing wrong? What am I doing? They don't say much.
It's not even about being quiet. It's about some guys just
Seeing the squad filling into a fire. Did you see any of that type of Brandon Thatcher's and a lot of buzz about him even coming into UFC, like Dawson to 9 first-round finishes in a row?
Yeah, no, it's true. Yeah, and once it's a kid like that, and once it starts to get out about him and people start to learn about him, people love that. First of all, people love people who finish. They love exciting fighters, and it's almost a no-brainer.
Dana, you talked.
Carlos does put you in a tough spot because 2 title fight losses, but he's still number 2 in the world, I think, by time. The only top 10 guy not matched up right now is Matt Brown. Some buzz on the internet about that fight. Is that something you might think just because they're the only 2 top 10 guys right now? I think.
No, we got a fight for Matt Brown already. We already got a fight for him.
So it is?
I don't think so, because I don't know if it's signed yet, but we already have a fight for him.
Dana,
it's a perfect fight for him.
You talked about CM Punk being here tonight, and it seems we see him at more UFC cards than not. So, what's your take on him being such a big fan of
cool.
UFC?
He's a really great guy. He's he loves the sport. He drove here from Chicago, and just to see the fight. That's cool. He's a real cool guy.
Although it's kind of funny that in his last main event, Brock Lesnar referred to him as a guy who was only trains an hour at his local gym and knows nothing about MMA. So he was kind of saying that CM Punk was uneducated, and yet we see CM Punk all the time. So
he was talking to me tonight. He was pretty educated about what was going on.
Yeah, it seems like he's very up on it. So.
Yeah. It's weird Brock would say something negative about somebody.
Dana, you had a few talks with, you talked about fighters who finish and make a presence and talk a good game and back it up in the ring. cage. Have you had any talks with Rory McDonald about his fighting style? You weren't happy with his last win against Ellenberg, or are you just gonna see what he does next?
Yeah, no, I mean, I don't tell these guys how to fight or what to do. I mean, I go in and I say, this is what you should do. You know, I know he wasn't too thrilled about what I had to say at the last press conference, but I don't care. I wasn't too thrilled with his last fight, so we're even.
I know that it said that Wednesday nights is going to be like a challenge for you. The next two fights in Brazil are going to be on Wednesday nights, and you have soccer.
All the fights we are everywhere are going to be Wednesday nights, except for pay-per-views and some off, you know, one-off shows on Saturdays.
Are you not worried like about public over there because it's Wednesday night?
I can't worry about that. I mean, we got to do what we got to do, and one thing that we've always been good at is making stuff work and figuring things out. So we'll figure it out.
Dana, when you said 7 to 8 months for Mexico, it seemed like a very specific time frame. Is there an actual date locked in now?
Mm-hmm. No, but that makes the most sense for me.
And just going back to the knee, it seems like most people, the illegal knee in the first fight,
Mm-hmm.
it seems like most people, when you watch the replays from all the different angles, it looks like the second one actually hit him.
Doesn't. It hits him
In the
shoulder.
face.
Doesn't hit him in the face. Doesn't hit him in the face. The knee hits him in the shoulder, and the punch. What knocks him out is the punch. That knee doesn't do anything.
Really?
No, it's the punch that hurts him.
Right, but his
That
knee is down.
knee's legal. 2 legal knees,
Because the first one is clear in the chest.
and the second one's in the shoulder. And his head moves back because he's so close to him. He didn't
Okay.
get hit with the knee at all. The knee didn't even go near his face.
Also, what do you think of? Okay, now it's escaping me, but there was one fight, 30 to 27.
Whitaker.
Yeah,
And then 30
Whitaker,
to
yeah.
27 for the other guy.
Yeah, crazy. It's crazy. It's just how you could see a fight so differently, and it's just bad.
You know, what was the decision that you announced right at the start of the press conference of switching from Fox Sports 2 for prelims now to Fox Sports 1? Was that something they decided on the fly tonight
No.
based on anything?
No.
So this was just a one-time thing that it was going to be on Fox Sports 2? And
No, we decided, like, you know, I called Eric the other day and I said, we should just put everything on Fox Sports 1 like we did the first night. He's like, you're right, we should. Let's do it.
Talk about the mentality of making the Vitor Dan Henderson fight. Vitor, he's spoken openly about he's been kind of difficult to deal with lately. Obviously, Dan's off a couple losses though, and Vitor's talked about title shots, but a loss is a loss. He loses to Dan Henderson, whether it's 205 or not. I gotta imagine that's going to knock him back a little bit.
He wants to fight everybody. He wants to fight nobody. He doesn't want this fight. He wants that fight. Everybody who fights, he wants to fight that. Like, as soon as I'm done, I'm surprised he's not calling tonight. Saying he wants to fight Carlos Condit. You know what I mean? It's like, this is after all the things that we were trying to do, this is where we ended up with him and Dan Henderson. You know?
Yeah.
You have some-
I know I ask it every time, but it's Russia still in the picture. Do you guys do any work
Well,
in kind of investigating the
no,
market?
we're going to Russia, but yeah, we're working on it. We want to do a show in Russia.
Any details?
Nothing yet.
Not 7-8 months?
No. Well, we got to go there first. Me and Lorenzo are going there. We're going to meet with some guys, and then we're going to...
Do you have a specific date where you're going already?
We do, but I don't know what it is, yeah.
But, you know, like usually when you go to the new market, you send like advertising a PR team to like explore and see how it works and what you need guys to do to be successful in the new market. Is there anything already going on there?
It's just
or
me
is
and
this gonna
Lorenzo.
be
Yeah, it's
first
me and
trip?
Lorenzo are going. And, yeah, I can't really talk about it, you know, but we're going there. We're going to talk to the right people, and we're going to figure out whether we can do this or not.
Well, speaking of your travel schedule, Dana, it's here Wednesday, Milwaukee this weekend, Belo Horizonte next week. How is it for you, the traveling and the many areas to see? How are you holding up with all that?
I'm 100% healed from Meniere's, man. I haven't had an attack since Germany, and I'm good. I'm 100%. You know, before I went and got that shot in Germany, I was on some crazy diet. I couldn't do this. I couldn't do that. I couldn't drink alcohol. I drank plenty of alcohol in Boston when I was back in Boston. I ate all the foods I wasn't supposed to eat. I didn't sleep much, and all the things that you're not supposed to do. And I did it for 10 days straight. and I still didn't have an attack. So I'm literally cured from this thing, man.
So the travel schedule is not going to be a problem anytime forward.
Nope.
Cool.
I'm back.
All right.
Hey, now speaking of Russia, do you have any thoughts about the legislation passed recently? It's been getting a lot of attention, banning the support of gay rights.
In Russia?
So a lot of Olympic athletes have been talking about it.
No, I know nothing about it.
There's a lot of stuff going on against this. The whole world is talking about it.
Yeah. Except me. I know nothing about it.
You mentioned it. You mentioned multiple times judging, also refereeing. I've been asked this a million times. I haven't heard you answer. What can the UFC do to help work on better judging, better refereeing?
I talk about it. That's all I can do is really talk about it and bitch about it. You know, we don't make those decisions. Like tonight, with that knee, there should have been an instant replay. They should have gone down there. We have it. We have everything there. Everything's available. Ariel Hawani can't see it, but I saw it. You know. Plus, we have the one that I watched it on. We have super slow mo where you can break. Like you see in between rounds when we show the guys getting hit with some of those shots, you can see that knee on super slow mo. It hits him in the shoulder, and his head goes back like this because his thigh pushes against his face. It's not a knee.
And you mentioned locations, Russia, Mexico, and so on.
You have that access. We don't have that access.
I do, so shut up. I'm right and you're wrong.
For the record, I never said what I thought it was. I was just
I'm
asking
kidding.
you.
I'm messing with you.
Oh, sure, no problem.